everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm very happy to see you here. So thank you very much for watching this video. Today I'm having a baking video for you, which I never did a baking video before. I did this once upon a time, this cooking video, but I never did a baking video and I'm pretty excited. I hope that everything turns out okay. I am having two recipes for Halloween today for you, which I never tried before, so it's going to be very exciting, and I hope that everything turns out okay. I'm going to start with some Halloween cupcakes, and afterwards I'm going to do some Halloween cookies. Basically the idea I got because I have been shopping a few weeks ago, and I have been to TK Maxx, and they always have the cutest decorating stuff, and there I found these two boxes. This one is a kind of a Halloween, I hope you can see it, a Halloween cupcake decorating set with two different cupcake liners. I don't know how you call them. One of them is orangey, stripy, it says Boo, and the other one says Spooky, and then you have this little kind of decorating things you can just put on top. So these are very cute, and I just thought I have to do Halloween cupcakes. And the other one I've got is this one. I hope that you can see, the lighting is very bad in here, I'm sorry. I only have one teeny tiny window in the kitchen. So you have a witchy cookie cutter, a skull cookie cutter, a ghost cookie cutter, and down there is a little cat. And so I decided to make Halloween cookies and Halloween cupcakes. Because the cupcakes just take a longer time, I'm going to start with the cupcakes. Let's get started with the Halloween cupcakes. So the first thing you're going to need is 50 grams of butter. Then you're going to need 100 grams of caster sugar. Then 100 grams of plain flour. And I have added in this bowl the 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Then you're going to need 60 grams of cocoa and 1 egg I'm having here. And then you're going to need some kind of red jam. I decided to go for the raspberry one. You can also use strawberry or anything, but I decided to go for this one because it is just not that sweet, and I thought with a chocolate dough for the cupcakes, I thought it's pretty sweet, so I decided to go for the slightly more fruity and sour raspberry one. And I also got this raspberry sauce. So I thought if the marmalade, the jam, is not liquidy enough, so that it will flow out like blood, then I will go for the sauce. So I think that's everything. Oh, you're going to need vanilla extract. I only have a vanilla aroma because you just cannot get it anywhere. It's the worst thing. In my hometown you don't get anything at all. So I think that is everything. I'll link everything down below because that is probably the kind of most all over the place video ever. So yes, you're going to need 100 grams of dark chocolate chips, which I have here. I decided to go for chocolate chunks because I thought it's nicer in the cupcake if you have to chew on something. I didn't know. And yes, that is everything you're going to need for the cupcake itself. And the frosting I'm going to tell you afterwards, but you're going to need food coloring, butter at room temperature, and icing sugar. Oh, and vanilla extract again. So that is everything you're going to need, and of course your spooky Halloween stuff. So I'm going to start with preheating the oven to 180 degrees and line the muffin tray with these lovely little liners. I don't know, how do you call them? Muffin, cupcake cases, I don't know. So that is what I'm going to do first. So I'm going to start with lining the tray. I'm having one with 12, and look how cute these are, the little polka dots. They look like kind of orange spooky ladybirds. So I'm just putting them in here. I'm just making half and half, and this is the other one with these cute black and white stripes, and they are so cute. So now I'm going to start to mix everything together. I just realized that I only painted one hand of my nails. Very interesting. So I'm going to start to mix everything together. So I'm going to start with just the butter. going in there. I always like cut little pieces so that it is easier to mix it together. So I just put in the butter and add the sugar. So that is 180 grams of sugar and 50 grams of butter. Just add them together and then cream those two together. So once these are combined like this and you have all the sugar on your arm, now you're going to want to fold in the flour and the baking powder and the cocoa, and yeah, then once these are added, you just slowly add the milk in small steps. So I'm going to take a tablespoon and just mix these together a little bit, the baking powder and the flour. Just something I always do, kind of, if there's baking powder and flour, I mix them together. So I add 1 tablespoon in the mixture and then I'm going to fold it in. And once 1 tablespoon is mixed in, I'm going just to add another until all the mixture is well combined. Just quickly, it was not a good idea to wear a white top to bake. Don't wear a white top, just don't wear it. So now you're going to want to add the egg and the vanilla extract. And now you just mix it until it is a nice and smooth dough. This is how it should look. It looks very good and very smooth and nice. Looks so good. Must not only look good, also tastes good. So just use the tablespoon and just spoon it in because that's the easiest way. So, silly me, I totally forgot to add the chocolate chunks. So I'm just adding it up then on top of the cupcakes and just going to push them into the dough until they are inside and not on top. So that's actually pretty many. So I'm going to take one of these things and just put them into the dough so that they are mixed in, just kind of like that, and I just do something like that. So it's better if you add them obviously into the mixture before you put them into the little thingies here, but yeah. If you forget them, it's not the end of the world. Just add them afterwards and it's just going to take a little bit more time. So now you're finished and now you can put them in the oven for, let me check, for 15 minutes into 180 degrees. Just pop them in and in the meantime you can make the frosting. For the icing you are going to need, I only make half the amount. You should probably make double of what I'm doing because I just don't have enough icing sugar. So you're going to need 250 grams icing sugar. Just put everything in one bowl together. This bowl actually is from Oliver Bonus. I love it a lot. It's so pretty. Then you're going to need 125 grams of butter. Actually, you need double the amount. Just put all together. And then you're going to need half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So that you have a nice flavor to the icing. So, this. And last but not least, you're going to need the food coloring. So I actually wanted to go for black food coloring because I thought how cool it would be to have a black icing, but I did not get one. So I have these 3 colors, and because my cupcake like bottoms are both orangey, I'm going to go for orange. Now I hope that I can mix these 2 together to get a nice orange color. I also thought if I should make like a yellow one and a red one so I can mix it, but I think it's just too much. So I'm going to add the yellow one, half of it, and half of the red one, and see if I can make a orange color. This is how they look. Don't they look amazing? So good. So this is the cake part done. It's very nice that they just did not rise too much, because now I can add the frosting very nicely. Of course, let them cool down first. Don't just add the icing right now, because then it will just flow everywhere and it just will not look nice. So you have to let them cool down all the way, because then the icing will look nice. So give them time and let them cool. Now on with the cupcakes. So this is how they look now. Very nice, a perfect shape. They're cooled down pretty good, not perfectly like cool, but the temperature is okay. So now to make the bloody filling, everything I'm going to do is use a little one of these wooden sticks. I'll just go in the middle and make like a hole. Just go in nicely and cup. Now once you have the little holes in every single one of your cupcakes, you're going to need one of these or something similar with these huge bags. I just have this. And in there you're going to want to put your marmalade or your jam basically, or the sauce, depending on what you want to use. This, I hope that you can see it. I can show you one in a close-up. Once they all look like this, then you can start with the frosting. So I'm very happy with my frosting actually. It looks a little bit funny, but the color turned out quite nice and I like it. It looks nice. And now you can put the frosting on your cupcakes. Just make sure once more that they are cooled down nicely and that they are not like hot or anything, because the buttercream frosting will not like the heat at all. So once this little thing is full, you just start decorating your cupcakes with it. I never did it before, so let's see how it turns out. So do you start in the middle or on the outside? Let's see. Which one is better? Come on. Ooh. Look how lovely it is. Oh gosh. Oh my god. No, look what happened. It opened. So it's closed properly. So that's not perfect. So that's not as easy as it looks actually. So I'm going to start from the inside this time. Let's see if I'm going to keep it this way. Actually better. Look at it. It's not that bad. I prefer the outside. So honestly, I made half the frosting and it actually looks like it's going to be enough. Getting better. That one looks good, doesn't it? So honestly, I think they are not too bad. For the first time ever I made them. So I'm just going to add the rest of the frosting I'm having to the cupcakes, which are not that full of frosting. So I made half the amount of frosting the recipe says, and I have enough on all of them. So you won't need all the frosting, so only if you need a lot of frosting on your cupcakes, then you're going to need that. But actually I don't think that you're going to need all of it. So here they are. Here are my cupcakes. Now you can start decorating them, either with like sprinkles or something, but I have my little set here. So I have little like Bates Motel houses, and you can just put them in here and make them look cute. I also have little pumpkins and these cute little green-faced like wicked witches. I hope that you can see it properly. And then you can start decorating just the way you like it. Actually, if you prefer like sprinkles or nothing like this at all, then of course you can do this too. But I just have these, so I'm going to use them, obviously. So this is now my cupcakes done. How cute are they? I love them. I'm very happy that they turned out. For the first time actually ever I made like real cupcakes. They're super cute. This is my cupcakes done. I'm so happy. They are so cute. Look at them. I love the color of the frosting. I love the little stripy thing down here. It's just perfect. I did not think that they turned out so good, and they feel very soft, and all the chocolate. I can't wait to try one. They are so cute and I love it. It's just gorgeous. So very happy how they turned out. It's very easy to make actually. I just thought that is going to be the hardest thing I ever did. But it's not, it's actually very nice. This one actually looks like it's on a hill of frosting. I love how it turned out. It's very easy and very quick actually to make, so it's not that bad. So I'll try them. You can make them tonight. There's nothing like hard to do, so I love it. I'm very happy. And now on to the cookies. So next up is the Halloween cookies recipe. Actually the dough or the whole cookie recipe thing itself, it's just a plain like white sugar cookie, so nothing Halloween-y at all. Actually the Halloween part starts when the cookie cutter comes into the game and the decoration, which I hope I can show you in the video. I just don't know if I'm having enough time, but you can see I will just decorate them like you can see it on the background of the cookie cutter itself. So they're very cute, and now we're going to make the cookies. So what you are going to need, I will start with that. So butter, 85 grams or 1 cup of butter. Then you're going to need 1 cup of like granulated caster sugar. Then you're going to need 1 egg, also 3 cups of flour and 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. I hope that I have everything right in mind. Half a teaspoon of salt and vanilla extract or aroma, which I have, and I hope that is everything. 1 tablespoon actually vanilla extract. So everything will be linked down below if you missed something or if I have said anything like the wrong way. So you're just going to add all the ingredients in one bowl together, and that is what I'm going to do now. So like we did with the cupcakes, we're just going to cream together the butter and the sugar. 1 cup of butter and 1 cup of caster sugar. This combined, of course, it doesn't look as creamy as it would in a KitchenAid or something like that. I would kill for a KitchenAid, but I don't have one because I cannot afford one. So once this is combined, you're going to want to add the egg and the vanilla extract. And then just combine it all together. So in this little bowl I have the flour, the baking powder, and then I'm going to add the salt. Just mix it a little together and then add this mixture to this mixture. So once all the flour is added, it's going to look a little bit like this. It's actually very normal because there's so much more flour than the other ingredients that it will look a little bit crumbly. So this mixture you just make a ball. And if if you press it together, then it will look more like a dough. It's just that crumble because of the huge amount of flour you added. Then you're just going to make of this a little ball, and then you have it. Now here you have your ball. Now I would recommend it, and the recipe actually says it, that you put it in the fridge for 1 to 2 hours. Just put it in the fridge as long as possible, but it actually helps just for the dough to combine and just to work out the right way. Like you've seen, I made the dough. This was like about 1.5 hours or 2 hours in the fridge now. So I'm going to just roll it out like you would do with Christmas cookies. So I'm just going to unpack it. So this is the dough how it looks now. It's actually pretty hard now because it was in the fridge. So I'm going to just take little pieces, just cut it off and roll it out, so that I can use my cookie cutters. And that's actually everything you have to do, and then now you just repeat it as often until all the dough is gone. So once your first tray is filled, now these are not many because I just don't know how they react with the heat. So the first try I'm going to be careful and not place them too close together. As soon as you know how they react when they're in the oven, you can change that. And I'm going to put them in the oven for, I can't find how long they have to be in the oven, but I'm going to start with like 10 minutes and then I check on them, then we will see. I think they probably need 15 minutes in 180 degrees. And that's actually everything you have to do. It's very quick and very easy, and that makes your cookies done before decorating. You can just not decorate them because I actually think are pretty lovely that way. So that's a little cat, one of the finished ones, and you know, a black cat, you can make it black or just leave it plain. I just think that it's pretty cute that way. Just what you like to do. Of course I did them to decorate them, but I don't know if I'm having time to decorate them on camera, so I'm probably not doing it because a few people are coming over later and I have to clean and wash the dishes and stuff, so I won't have the time to do it today or on the weekend. So I'm probably just showing you the plain ones without decorations and maybe insert a picture of them finished, decorated or something like that. I hope you liked them. Like I said with the cupcakes, leave me pictures, tweet them, and yes, that is your Halloween cookie, easiest Halloween cookie recipe done, and then you can start to enjoy them. I hope that you will like them as much as I love the raw dough. I have not tried them finished, so I don't know how they taste. Cupcakes are really good, by the way. I love them, very sweet. I'm happy that I decided to go for raspberry jam instead of the strawberry jam. because they are really sweet with all the chocolate and the buttercream icing, which is basically just butter and sugar. So you probably should use something with a little more, or it's not just sweet. So that goes with Astor. I hope you liked it. So I hope you liked this video. I'm totally out of focus, I think. So I hope very much that you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and honestly, I really want to see what you're doing. So if you recreate this recipe, tweet me a picture or link me in any social media. Just let me know if you recreate this recipe, the cookies or the cupcakes. I really want to see. So let me know what you're doing, or let me just leave a comment what you're planning for today or for tonight for Halloween, what your favorite Halloween tradition is, or what are you making, what are you cooking or baking for Halloween. I really want to know. I hope that you had a lovely time with me and a lovely time baking, and yes, don't forget to subscribe for more baking videos. Let me know if you want to see more, and I will see you next week, and I can't wait. And yes, my next video which will probably not be in 1 week, so it will probably be earlier. I hope that you liked my Halloween shirt. It's actually the Halloweeniest thing I'm having. It says "What's up, witches?" So what's up, witches? I hope you have a lovely time. Take care, and I see you next week. Bye.